All right, class, today we're going to learn about how to do operations with scientific notation. All right, so our first question, it says, if the weight of an object in tons is 3.4 times 10 to the fourth, what would that weight be in pounds? Okay, so we're basically doing a conversion of tons to pounds. Okay, so what we would want to do if we know we have this many tons, we'll write that down, 3.4 times 10 to the fourth. If I want to convert from tons to pounds, I would want to say if this is one ton is 2,000, I have this many tons. So I'm going to take this then times 2,000. Okay, now I want to try and do this without a calculator. So I'm going to write these both in scientific notation. So I'm taking this times this. So I already have the first one in scientific notation. And then we're going to take it times this. So if I write that in scientific notation, I have to move my decimal over to make it a number between 1 and 10. So that would be 2 times 10 to the, well, I'd have to move it 3 spots over to make that a 2. Okay, so we're taking this many tons times this many pounds in a ton. All right, now we just follow our rules. We're just multiplying all these things together. So notice we have 2 coefficients here, just plain old numbers. So we can just take 3.4 times 2. 3.4 times 2 would give me 6.8. And then I have 2 things that have base 10. So I can say times 10 to the, well, since the base is the same and it's multiplication, we simply add those exponents together. So 4 plus 3 would make 10 to the 7th power. All right, and then we look at our answer and we notice that, yep, that's scientific notation. This is between 1 and 10 times 10 to a power. So that is how many pounds this object would be. All right, so it should be a bigger number because there's more pounds in every ton. So this one was 10 to the 4th, 10 to the 7th would definitely be bigger. All right, so now we're just going to practice more of these kind of operations. Okay, so the next one we have 2.0 times 10 to the 3rd times 2.6 times 10 to the 6th. So again, we want to just look at our coefficients, look at these two, and just simply multiply those. So 2 times 2.6, that would make 5.2. All right, and then we have these two base 10 exponents. So since they're multiplied, we want to add the exponents. So that would be 10 to the 9th power. All right, and that is the simplified version then of this. Notice we don't need a calculator, right? We can just multiply our exponents, add our exponents. Or sorry, multiply your coefficients and then add your exponents. All right, so we're not grabbing it for a calculator. We're not making these standard form and typing it all in. We're just simply multiplying those and adding exponents. All right, now this one's a division. So I have 4.10 times 10 to the 11th divided by, I'm going to write this in scientific notation. So that would be 3.01 if I make this between 1 and 10. Times 10 to the, well, if we look, I've got 3, 6, 7, 8 spots I would have had to move that over. Okay, so this time it's division. So for division, I want to look first at the coefficients and divide those. Well, let's see. I don't know what 4.1 divided by 3.01 is, so I'm going to use my calculator. I do need it on this one. Okay, so 4.1 divided by 3.01 would give me not a very nice decimal, so we'll round that to about 1.4. Okay, roughly. And then when we are dividing, if the base is the same, we're going to subtract the exponents. Okay, so 11 minus 8 would be 10 to the 3rd power. All right, so that is our answer then. We did need the calculator a little bit for dividing that, but again, we didn't type everything in our calculator. All right, couple more. So this times this. So again, we want to take the 2 coefficients and multiply those. So let's see, 4 times 3.5. So 2 3.5s would be 7, so that would be equal 14. All right, and then times 10 to the, let's see, when we're multiplying, we add the exponents. So 2 plus 3 would be 10 to the 5th power. All right, now we have a little problem with this one. You'll notice this is not scientific notation. At first glance, it looks like it is, but this number is supposed to be between 1 and 10. So we're going to have to fix it a little bit. So we're going to fix it by simply moving our decimal over and making that 1.4 so that now it is a number between 1 and 10. But then we have to alter our exponents when we fix that. So since we made the coefficient part smaller, we're going to have to make our exponent 1 bigger to make up for it. So we just simply moved the decimal one spot over, so we just increased our exponent by 1. Okay, so again, when I make this number smaller, I have to make my exponent bigger to make up for it. Okay, and now it is correctly written in scientific notation. All right, last problem. So now we have this divided by this. So I'm going to take my coefficients and divide them. So let's see, 2.0 divided by 2.5. I'm going to grab the calculator for that. So 2 divided by 2.5, I get 0.8. Okay, so 0.8 is the coefficient part. And then with my exponent, since it's a division, I'm going to subtract.